Welcome back to Simplify Your Small Business. David Wolf here with Melanie Rembrandt, the small business PR expert. How are you?
Good morning, David. I'm great. How are you today?
Awesome. Doing well. Hope you are doing well out there in podcast simplification for your business land. And this series, if you're just joining us, is all about how to simplify, providing insights, tips. And, sometimes we stray from that. But for the most part, we're really interested in helping you optimize your time, simplify your business. Today, we're going to talk about, are you missing errors in your content strategy? So Melanie sent me a note that says something sneaky in your copy may be ruining your sales. So we're going to talk about how do you avoid these content strategy errors. Toss it to you.
Yes. Well, David, marketing moves so fast. And while you spend time to create your content strategy with an editorial calendar and have good sales copy, there might be some important errors in there that can completely ruin the results of your efforts.
Right.
So before your content goes live, I have 3 tips for you. The first one is obvious. You want to review your overall marketing messages. It might be obvious, but you really want to know what's going on in your entire organization. Are you all on the same page as far as the marketing and the messages you get across? It should be the same message across your entire organization. So you want to check with all the right team members for cohesiveness and timeliness before posting anything. Yeah,
it's interesting, Melanie. I mean, you're really talking about sort of a mid-sized business with some employees in there, or maybe they're 1099 people, but you've got this infrastructure of people, and you just want to make sure you got coherent brand continuity, message continuity throughout.
Exactly.
All right, great.
And then
number 2 is got errors? Question mark.
Yeah, and this is another obvious one too. You want to proofread all your content before it goes live.
Oh, yeah.
It's really important because you know how it is when you're reading something and you see a misspelling or a grammatical error. You don't have the best impression of that company. And remember, a good first impression is really important.
Yeah, they say 7 seconds is it. I don't know how that translates to reading, but we've all had that experience where we notice those things. And we've also, many of us, yours truly included, as a creative guy, I've written stuff, sent it out on an email newsletter only to find that I did something really silly with spelling or punctuation or on some level. So.
And you get that terrible gut feeling like, I can't believe
painful,
I missed
man.
that.
Oh, yeah, it's not pretty because, it's like that email thing. Don't you wish there was I can reel that back in before it actually goes out, even though I already clicked send. So,
yeah.
Right. And then number 3 is what's going on in the world. So what does this mean?
Yes. Make sure you check the news and events and what's going on before you post any kind of news or information or content. There might have been some major tragedy that just happened, and if you're sending something out that doesn't go along with that news, you're going to look really bad. So you want to make sure you see what's going on in the industry, worldwide news, just to make sure that what you're sending out is going to make a good impression.
There's so much to keep up with, and particularly with the 24/7 news cycles that we're all contending with and the fire hoses of content and news out there. It is hard to really stay up and keeping your messaging, how shall I say, coordinated with reality in the news media or elsewhere. So this is big. And you're right. Most of us don't think in these terms. We're in our little bubbles running our little businesses.
Exactly. And, that's why, I bring these things out. That they're simple, but they're important to keep track of.
All right, quick review. That is, number 1, review overall marketing messages. Make sure you know what's going on with your entire organization and that you have coherency, continuity, consistency throughout the people that work for you or with you.
Correct. And number 2, make sure you proofread all of your content before it goes live, just so you can avoid a bad impression.
Exactly. And number 3, what's going on in the world, just make sure you're not completely in a bubble and that what you're sending or maybe communicating to your marketplace is disconnected in a way that could be off color or just not in harmony with what's going on in the world. Stay plugged in.
Exactly. And these are simple, but they mean a lot.
It's beautiful stuff. Melanie Rembrandt, RembrandtWrites.com. I'm David Wolf, podcastandradio.com. Thanks for joining us on Simplify Your Small Business. Melanie, we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.